Okay, guys, here we are with John Medved, the CEO of our crowd from Jerusalem, Israel. He's got a lot of experience in funding startups and doing some exits out of them. So we will talk about that. So welcome. Welcome.
Está bueno en Chile. Yeah.
And you will be welcome always here.
Siempre.
So, amigo.
We've aggregated about $750 million of capital. We've funded 160 startups, and I'm proud to say we've had 21 exits so
that's
far.
Great.
Thank God.
That's what we want. we want to
here's
learn.
to exits. Really, first of all, congratulations on this great idea for a conference. I don't know of another conference anywhere in the world that is about exits.
Yeah,
and that's really important and good for you here in Chile for doing
this. And the
this.
name of it, the Exit Day.
The Exit Day. Well, I hope that I'm able to participate in future exit days in person.
You will be invited.
Okay, thank you.
That's for sure.
We invest in companies that are in a variety of sectors, what we call sector agnostic, meaning that we'll invest in cybersecurity and medical devices and agriculture, drones,
video games, whatever.
Yeah, we had actually a great one of our companies called Nextpeer was bought by Rakuten was doing multiplayer game platform. So we invest in every area, and we also invest in every stage. So we do seed funding all the way up to pre-IPO funding.
Wow. So
we've invested in companies like InsightTech, which was a $150 million funding round led by the Koch brothers. This company, by the way, is an amazing company. It helps cure Parkinson's tremor. It basically stops a Parkinson's person from having tremor, and it does it with focused ultrasound. It's almost like Star Trek.
It's an Israeli technology?
It's an Israeli technology, and really spectacular company. And we also do early stage. So we're the seed investors in a company called Zebra Medical, which does AI-driven analysis of radiological images. So if you want to understand an MRI or a CT, the AI does it. We provided the first $500,000 of seed funding, and we just recently participated in their $30 million round together with Johnson & Johnson. We're almost doing a deal a week.
A deal a week? Wow.
Okay, so
50.
Yeah,
50 a year, more or less.
Yeah, but they basically are all curated, right? In other words, what's different from us and standard crowdfunding is the sort of standard crowdfunding says, you know what, let the crowd decide in its infinite wisdom. This is serious business, this is venture capital. We have a very large team, about 170 people, who are working today in 11 offices around the world, 3 in Israel, 8 in every continent.
And the origin of our crowd is in Jerusalem, or is in?
It's in Jerusalem.
Oh, wow.
It's my hometown.
When did it?
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of experience in the venture capital industry. More than 5 years.
Yes. Yes. Take a look at my beard. That's more than 5 years. No, I've been in the business for 3 decades.
And, 3 decades. And where? Also in Israel?
In Israel. I mean, I've built always in Israel. I grew up in the States, moved to Israel as a young romantic kid. I love the hummus. I love the women. I love the culture. I love the history. I love the future. Israel's an amazing place. It is.
But you're Jewish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in a Jewish family, but I wasn't really knowledgeable or didn't have any traditional education, and I came to Israel as a college student, like a mochilero,
Wow.
And I really fell in love with the place. Every year we have the Our Crowd Global Investor Summit, March 7th. March
Okay.
7th this coming year, 2019.
We should go.
There, last year we had 10,000 people registered.
Wow.
We will have about 15,000 this year. Most of them come from around the world. I mean, that literally they're coming from every country. There'll be hundreds of startups, hundreds of multinationals. It's really a great, and we'd love to have you talk about what's going on.
I think I should go.
I think you should too.
We have also another event here in Chile of Magical Startups. It's every January, and the first time 4 years ago we had 200 people. The last time this year, January, we had 1.3 thousand.
That's great. Look, today everybody needs innovation. You know, we were talking before about what you do with your
the people who
in Spiral, and you know, it's so true that corporations today are treating innovation in a different way. It used to be that they would pay lip service, right? Yeah, sure, we're into innovation. No more lip service anymore. People are dead serious. They realize that their business is being disrupted.
They badly need it.
It's life or death.
It's
okay,
life or death.
It's either innovate or die. It happened in the first. Look, we have so many companies. We have 160 companies. So 21 exits is good, but we need more. we had a really good month from April 9th to May 9th this year. We had 3 exits in 1 month, which
congrats.
We sold, and they were good exits. We had first we started off by having Jump, which is a bike sharing company in New York. We invest, by the way, not just in Israel. We invest all over the world, and so Jump was bought by Uber for $200 million, and then the next day, Nike bought our company Invertex. Invertex does foot selfies to give you a 3D model of your foot. So Nike wants it to, really make good shoes.
You did it global in the first year.
Yeah, we've always been global. Look,
you went global.
Israel is always about going global. We have no market. We're too small.
Yeah.
And so Israeli entrepreneurs immediately understand that it's go global or go nowhere. And it turned out, look, we have a whole history in our people of turning curses into blessings, okay? We had no water in Israel, so we became experts in water handling. Today, the best irrigation technology. And it turns out that we have no market. That's a curse, right? No, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
That teaches you that you've got to go out and conquer the world, otherwise you're not going to build your startup right.
Too many resources, it's not a good idea.
You're lazy. And lazy, you can be all kinds of things in startups. You can't be lazy. If you're lazy, sorry, find another business.
And when you make some funding, you begin talking about exit in the beginning, or it just happens?
That's a really good question. We always want to know what the exit potential is. So when we're interviewing a startup, we ask them, okay, dream now, who's buying you? At what point are you going public? I mean, look, exits, the best exit's a public offering.
Yeah, the IPO.
Yeah, and we've had some already. We've had two. Okay, and we like to hope that we're going to have a lot more, but the majority of our companies go public through an M&A. And so we ask them, say, who's buying you? Because you need to know that. And if they can't come up with answers...
It's in the beginning of the conversation.
Yeah, no? Big time. Now, the problem is we don't build enough for exit. Because traditionally in venture capital, you basically say, look, build the company and the exit takes care of itself. And I'm not sure that's true. Because today, there's so much innovation out there, so many startups, they're all competing for mind share and attention of the multinationals or the guys who are the buyers. You have to be thinking strategically about that.
I think the CEO of the startup should be very focused on growing and make it well with the product and the
business.
marketing,
Yeah,
the business.
Right.
And
the exit will take care of itself.
Yeah, but I think someone must be taking care of the exit, the possibility, the building the exit condition. No?
Yeah, I think, and by the way, the way to do that is through partnerships. And a lot of startups and companies talk about partnerships. They don't really understand what a partnership is. And they think that a partnership is get a big check from a company right away, get a press release out, and they don't realize that your first win with a big company is just the beginning. Because you can either, drive a lot more revenue, you can become they can become a reference account,
Yeah.
or they can become an exit.
Have you heard about Corner Shop from Chile?
I have not. Not
No,
yet.
no. It's a solution for freeing you from going to the supermarket, going shop. No?
Okay.
They shop for you, and they bring to you whatever you want from your application in your iPhone or whatever. They have built a partnership with Walmart here in
great.
Chile. They are about to make an exit of $200 million with Walmart, but they
Wow.
have make it well. They have focused on doing the partnership and doing it well and making good deals for Walmart also.
I think that's the secret.
Yeah.
I really think that if people look at this like they would a personal relationship. I mean, personal relationships have to work on both sides. It's not just about the little company getting orders and money. You have to make sure that you understand the needs of the big company and what really drives them in this relationship. A lot of times today, the exit is because they want a product, because they want a team.
And it's a acqui-hiring.
Yeah.
Because they hire.
There's always an element of that somewhere in there.
They
but,
hire people.
you know, only the very biggest exits are because of revenues, right? Because they've already, they look at this in a financial, manner. Most of the times it's more strategic and about product expansion or market expansion or team expansion. But I think that we are really, we're at a place now in the innovation history where it's never been better to be an entrepreneur, right? In other words,
Never in the whole history of humanity.
Never. No, absolutely. Because
I'm
first of all,
convinced about
all
that.
of the tools are in front of you, okay?
Yeah.
Today, you don't need to buy software. You can,
The whole world is yours.
You can get the software for free. It's called open source. You don't need to buy servers. You rent them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cloud services.
You don't need to hire a team.
Yeah.
You rent that too, or you crowdsource it. Okay. You don't need. It's so much is there, ready for you. Okay. Whether it's the on-demand economy, it's just all there. So if you're sitting and saying, I got to think about when I'm going to start my startup, don't think, get off your behind and make it happen today. Because it's not going to be better. This time is the best it's ever been. And I think if you look at what's going to happen over the next 10 or 20 years, it's only going to get better. I mean, a lot of people think, well, it's going to end and there's going to be another bubble bursting. We haven't even begun to see the beginning of what's happening with AI and robotics and autonomous driving and precision agriculture.
Just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. Once there's a relationship starting, our job is to sit with the young entrepreneur often and understand what he's trying to get done. Because sometimes they get into a problem where there's a communication difficulty, where the entrepreneur just, doesn't get it. Why aren't they happy? I delivered the product. Well, it doesn't work perfectly, but big deal. Okay, you have to sort of translate for them that this is a business critical application, and it's not like it sort of works. It either works perfectly or it doesn't. Okay, you have to make it, work right. And once you're in that exit discussion, we have a lot more expertise in terms of how to bridge gaps, because maybe there's a valuation bridge where you have done it a lot of times. A lot of times.
And then
we've seen, by the way, the acquirer wants to see that the company is well backed and the company is well supported. Yeah. One of the mistakes a lot of small companies make is finally someone says, I'll buy you for $10 million. And you're so happy because all you've invested is $1 million. And when you say, okay, are you sure you don't want to pay me 12? No, I'll pay you 10. Okay, I'm done. And no one ever asked the other 3 or 4 buyers. No one even picked up the phone or sent them an email.
So our role, it's about networking. One guy told me it's about the verb is networking and not net sleeping.
Here's to happy networking and great exit days.
Thank you, John.
A pleasure.
Great.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, good.